What's up isness is blissness. Just watched your video. Basically, I've been thinking about the same thing. Trying to purchase some plot of land. I don't have any money at the moment, but here in the next couple years maybe. I don't know, you said a couple months. I guess that is possible if we were able to get together. A small group of people and probably not that large of a sum of money to get the plot of land. There is, of course, the consideration of where that plot would be, and the issues with soil, issues with the water source, blah blah blah. But all things that could be figured out, and it is all very possible. Takes care of a few issues for me. Education, because I would imagine that we would be educating children, people whose children live there, and eventually our children, on this plot of land. It would be somewhat of a village, I would imagine, which is very interesting. Having this like space within the system that is kind of harboring refugees from the system in some way, but also providing an atmosphere, clean air, clean food, clean water, meditation, thinking, discussion, where we can possibly come up with some transcendental solutions to problems that we're facing today. I've thought that most of the issues that we face are not going to be solved with today's thinking and maybe even today's technology. I think that technology is an amazing tool that we're just now scratching the surface of using, and I think that there's some kind of transcendent shift in our thought process of exactly how we're going to go about this process of I don't know. Our problems are devastating. Population and pollution, just those two. We're basically poisoning everything that we consume, and the population is out of control, and space is running out. This, creates some kind of timeline to crises. Well, we're all probably already in crises, but really like breakthrough, unavoidable crises that cannot be ignored, that starts to affect the people who are able to make change. I mean, obviously, in places like Africa and many other nations in the world, the crisis has been there and is, in full swing. But it doesn't really affect, it doesn't affect me at the moment too bad. I can kind of neutralize its effects because I'm fortunate. And so we're stalling. Thought that was interesting what you said about wanting to destroy the system, wanting to tear the system down is an expression of some kind of inner conflict, self-hate type issue going on. It's also very gratifying and very tempting to kind of grab that flag and say, revolution, let's tear it down. It must go. Nothing can stay. And in a way, that's right, But I don't think we're in any kind of position with the degree of our dependence on this system, including myself, including you, to tear it down. At least not at the moment. And conflict is not the way. More importantly than just avoiding conflict is really trying to practice ahimsa and other philosophical and moral ideas of nonviolence and non-participation and civil disobedience. So I think we need to call some kind of meeting. I don't know. I briefly saw this thing YouTube Live. I don't know what that was. It looked like more of like an entertainment type show to me than anything. But I think we need to call some type of meeting in person of the thinkers on this issue, and sit down and really start to figure out what we're going to do. Because either we're going to talk about it and masturbate on our ideas and stall and go with the flow, inside of the flow, constantly saying, I'm not with this, I'm against this, or we're going to actually do something. And that's going to happen in the next, say, 4 years. We have 4 years to establish some plot of land with some village of people that is independent as much as possible, which I think needs to be like really 100% independent, maybe 90, a little bit of trade with the outside world, but really we need to be able to grow our own food, provide our own water, and produce our own energy. Other than that, we can take care of it. We can educate our children. We can love each other. We can respect each other.